While some of these callers thought they could get away with their heinous crime by being the ones to call 911, others concocted elaborate fake incidents to lure police in. Here are some of the strangest cover-ups I've found so far. The April 24, 2018 murder of Shanti Cooper began an investigation that revealed that her husband, David Trones, who seemingly had everything, had actually been leading a double life.
Hello?
She's not breathing. I'm trying to do CPR. I can't.
Okay, listen to me. Can you tell me what your address is?
I don't know. 218.
218 East Copeland? Okay. And who is it?
This is Dan.
Your name is Dan?
David.
Okay, your name is David? Okay, who is it that's not breathing?
My wife. I'm fucking.
Your wife is not breathing? Okay. Sir, I need to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Listen to me. I'm going to get the paramedics so we can try and get her some help, okay? Don't hang up. Little fire department. Okay, with the medical, we're also going. Little fire department. Okay, with the medical, we're also going. Okay, let's do a little fire department. What's the address of the emergency?
218 East Copeland Drive.
218 East Copeland Drive. What's the telephone number you're calling me from?
This is 407 704. It's the house line.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I came over. I can't try.
Okay, what happened?
I found her in the shower.
And she passed away? Listen. Okay, what's your name? Okay, are you with her right now?
Yes.
How old is she?
39.
How old?
39.
Okay, is she awake right now?
No.
Is she breathing?
I can't wake her up. I can't wake her up.
Okay, listen. Is she breathing?
No, I tried to do CPR. I can't get her to breathe.
Okay, can you get her out of the shower?
I can't. I pulled her out.
Okay, is she laying flat on her back?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and you don't know what happened or when anything happened?
Oh.
Okay. Is there a defibrillator available?
A what?
Is there a defibrillator available?
No.
Okay.
No.
We can do CPR. Okay. Okay. We can do CPR on her until the paramedics get there.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I want you to lay her flat on her back, okay? And tilt her head back. I want you to tilt her head back by putting one hand on her forehead and one hand on the back of her neck and tilt her head back, okay?
Okay.
Okay, listen, I want you to take a deep breath, okay, so we can do what we can while the paramedics are responding, okay?
Okay. I have neck tap.
Okay. Okay, I want you to put your mouth down by her. I want you to put your ear down by her mouth and tell me if you feel or hear any breathing, okay? Take a deep breath. I have help responding to your emergency, okay?
She has blood. She is not breathing. She is not breathing.
She is not breathing? Okay. Okay, I want you to put the heel of your hand on the center of the chest.
Okay,
right between the nipples, okay? Put your other hand on top for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to pump her chest hard and fast, at least twice per second to make this beat. want you to just let the chest come up all the way between pumps, and we're going to do this until help can take over, okay? I want you to count out loud. They're almost there to you. They're responding emergency to you.
There's a blue dumpster. They have to come back. Oh, God.
What is blue?
There's a blue dumpster, big blue dumpster in the driveway. They have to turn in. And if they can get past it, they have to drive past it. If they can't get past it,
they'll park out in the street. They'll just park out in the street.
Yeah, but we're in the back. We're in the far back. They have to get back to the gate and come up the stairs. Oh, God. There's water. There's water.
Are there any animals or anything in the house?
They're downstairs. They're in their kennel.
Okay.
They need to come up the stairs.
I did tell them they need to come up the stairs, okay? I want you, when you hear them coming in, when you hear them come in, I want you to call them, okay? Has she been sick or something?
Yeah. Oh, God, what happened to me? Baby.
Okay, the paramedics are on the property, okay? I'm going to stay on the phone with you until you're right with them. Are they there with you?
The house that David Trones and his new wife, Shanti Cooper, was allegedly purchased for more than $600,000. The 4,000 square foot property, adorned with gargoyles in Delaney Park, was the home of Trones' dreams. And soon after the purchase, he and his wife, who had been married since February 2017, began their renovation that would spiral out of control and ultimately lead to Shanti's demise. According to authorities, the 29-year-old woman found floating in their half-filled bathtub by her husband had reportedly been extensively beaten. Detectives also found blood on the floor of their bedroom that had dried over. They also said the victim's body was dry in the rest of the bathroom aside from the half-filled tub. Immediately suspicious of the man, police requested that Trones go with them to the station, and he did so voluntarily. The couple had met on Match.com shortly before they married. When they began dating, David told Shanti that he was rich, claiming that his inheritance from his father's death was worth $4 to $6 million. Detectives investigating Cooper's murder, however, proved that his claims of wealth were false. When questioned by police, Trones had admitted that the couple had been sleeping in separate areas during the renovation. He had taken the couch while his wife had been sleeping in the garage. A local contractor, Keith Ory, had been contacted by Trones to come and have a look at their project. Ory told CBSN the home had been astonishingly disassembled. He had described it as being largely wide open like you're inside of a giant shoebox. The victim's autopsy soon revealed that she did not die from drowning or from slipping and hitting her head, but that she had suffered significant blunt force trauma to the head and had been strangled to death. Her time of death was likely the night before 911 had been contacted, presumably just before she had planned to go to bed. She had been wearing her pajamas at the time of her murder. An investigation showed that she had taken off her watch and placed it next to her phone along with one earring on her nightstand. The other earring was still in her ear when she died, indicating that she had been interrupted. The lack of defensive wounds suggested that the woman had been taken by surprise. According to friends of the victim, even though Trones boasted his fortune to his wife, he never paid for anything, leaving it up to Cooper to pay the bills, including those of their extensive home renovation, which had racked up a cost of $250,000. He always talked about how he had a ton of money, but she couldn't figure out why he was such a miser. Melissa Brzezinski, a friend of Shanti's, stated to the police. During investigations, police also found that several days after her death, the house was transferred into a trust that only Trones controlled, and $252,000 of Cooper's money had been moved into another account in his name. Upon his arrest, many of her belongings, including her engagement ring, was found in his possession. Another secret that had come to the surface as the investigations into Cooper's death continued was a photograph of Trones at a male-only bathhouse just one day after he and Cooper had wed. About 4 months after her murder, Trones was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He was held without bond and lost 2 attorneys due to his apparent lack of finances. A public defender briefly represented him until it was uncovered that he was hiding money and could actually afford to hire his own. With his trial set for 2020 and still no one to represent him, he was given 2 weeks in December 2019 to find someone to represent him. David Trones has never admitted to killing his wife, maintaining that he is innocent of the crime. Yet, his life of lies and evidence gathered by police may be enough to prove otherwise, and he could face life behind bars. A teen told 911 that an intruder had shot his stepdad in the head, but all was not as it seemed.
Hello.
Hello?
First, I want to emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad just got shot in the back of his neck and he's dead.
Okay. How did this happen?
No, we don't know. We was all standing across the room on his laptop, and then we heard a gunshot, and he fell.
Okay. Did he do this to himself?
I don't know. No, he didn't do it himself because he didn't have no gun.
Okay. Is there anyone else that I can talk to?
No one's here.
Okay.
I think somebody was in our house because the door was unlocked. We was on the basement, and then we heard the shot, and then someone we came upstairs, blood everywhere. He's gone.
In reality, the 13-year-old had fired a single shot to the back of the victim's head at relatively close range while sitting at a counter on January 25, 2010. Jermel Stokes died on the scene. When police arrived at the Kentwood duplex, they recovered 2 handguns, one of which was used in the shooting, and a closet that officers believed belonged to the victim. And detectives didn't think the murder was an accident. Stokes' 3 children, who range in age from 8 to 12, were also in the house at the time. The victim's fiancé, who had 2 children with Stokes, came home after officers had arrived. 13-year-old Kayshawn Mann was arrested and charged with murder. The teen was one of the youngest children facing these charges in the state. He told a therapist Stokes abused his mother, sometimes sticking a finger down her throat and hitting him and his 3 brothers with a paint stick while she was gone. The child said the victim had choked him before. The therapist documents read, even his mother admitted there were times that she thought Mr. Stokes would possibly kill her or Kayshawn. Police and prosecutors discounted the assessment report, saying there were never any calls for police or child protective services to the home. And police interviews showed Kayshawn's mother, Lakeisha Mann, was the disciplinarian of the house. Kent County Prosecutor Bill Forsyth said detectives never developed a clear motive. Court records show Stokes had children with at least 3 women, including his fiancée. Paternity and child support petitions indicate he also had a 10-year-old with a second woman and an 11 and 12-year-old with a third. Additionally, Stokes had pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge of possessing a taser in 2003 and a felony charge of carrying a concealed weapon in 1993. In June 2010, Kayshawn Mann pleaded guilty to a reduced charge of second-degree murder for killing his mother's boyfriend. This meant he would be put in a lockdown facility for delinquent youths until he turned 21. Then a judge would sentence him as an adult. During his time in the youth home, Mann had been attending Mid-Michigan County College and serving as a mentor to juveniles in the program. As a result of his improvement, the 21-year-old spent his birthday as a free man. Heidi Aileen Truman was killed in September 2012 at the hand of her own husband, Conrad Truman. The cold-hearted killer reported to 911 that his wife had been seriously injured, and later, after authorities determined she had died from a gunshot wound, told police that it was suicide.
911, what city is your emergency? What address?
I don't know anywhere. Please come quick.
Okay, tell me that one more time so I know I have it right.
220 South, 1180 West, Orem, Utah. Come quick.
Okay. And I have officers headed over there. Tell me the phone number you're calling from, okay?
Cell phone.
I have officers on the way. I need to know what happened.
I don't know. I just heard something. I got blood. Okay.
Somebody, I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Hello, well, I need you to calm down for a minute. I understand. 220 South, 1180 West. My partner is dispatching somebody. I need to know exactly what happened. Who is bleeding? Okay. Okay, no, I can't. You need to slow down, calm down, okay? Okay? I can't understand you. You need to talk a little quieter, okay? You're echoing too fast. Okay, take a breath for me, okay? What is your name? Okay, they're headed over there. They're headed over there. Okay, listen, I need you to listen to me. I need you to listen to me, okay? I need you to stop for a second, okay? Listen, okay? I have officers on the way, okay? Tell me your name. Tell me your name. My officers are on the way. I need to have some information from you, okay? I don't know what's going on.
Okay, are you
Hello?
where are you going?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Amir.
Okay, tell me your name.
Blood. If you don't hear it right now,
Okay, no. Okay?
I really don't know what happened. I swear to God. She came out of the shower, and I heard a pop, and there was blood, and she's in blood.
Okay. Tell me your name. What is your name? I have officers and paramedics on the way, okay? Okay, can you take a breath? Okay, I understand. I need to help you, okay? Alright, I'm here to help you. I have paramedics and officers on the way to help you. So she has a gunshot wound to the head, is that correct?
I'm not here.
Who is this? Who am I speaking to? Hello? Hello?
I'm right here.
Okay, what is your name?
My name's Conrad. She's choking.
She's choking? Okay, does she have a gunshot wound?
It looks like she might have a gunshot wound.
A gunshot wound? Where is it?
Come on, lady.
Okay, where's the gun right now? Where is the gun right now? Ma'am, I need you to answer my questions. Where's the gun? They're in the bathroom. It sounds like she was in the shower and then she heard a pop and walked in and a female is on the ground. Sounds like a gunshot wound. She's choking, but I can't make out half because she's yelling so loud. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? I need you to pick up the phone for me. Hello? I need you to pick up the phone and talk to me. I need you to pick up the phone and talk to me, okay? Can you hear me? They're on their way. I need you to talk to me so I can help you with her, okay? Okay, I can help you. I need you to answer the phone, and I need some information on where she's bleeding so I can help you with that, okay?
No.
Where is she bleeding? Out of her head? Okay. Is she conscious? Is this a trailer park?
No, it's right across from Trafalgar, please.
It's across from Trafalgar?
There's so much blood.
Okay, is the blood only coming from her head?
Please.
Is this a trailer or a house?
It's a house.
It's a house? Okay. Okay, is she still breathing?
I swear to God.
Okay, they're on their way. They're almost there. They're just outside. They need to find the house, okay? Okay, are you able to go outside? Okay, go outside. I sure have an officer there. Is that right? 306 in the area? Okay, I have an officer that's outside trying to find you. Can you go out and find him? Can you go out and find him? Okay, go out and get the officer so he can help you, okay? My officer's outside. Okay, to get help for her, I need you to let the officer know where you're at. Hello? Phone number. What's your hello? Okay, I hear a male. Is that the officer on scene? Yeah, that's the officer. Hello? You better get up on the I guess it's his wife. I guess it's a male, or no, I'm talking to a male and it's his wife.
The same man who kissed his dead wife's head and feet, apologizing for not shielding her from an alleged bloodthirsty killer, turned out to be the same man who murdered 26-year-old Heidi Truman to claim $878,767 from insurance policies reportedly. On the night of September 30th, 2012, police found Truman covered in his wife's blood in the doorway of their home, screaming for help. Truman then led the officer to the kitchen, where the victim, Truman's wife of 3 years, was lying face down, blood seeping from her head from what appeared to be a gunshot wound. A medical autopsy conducted by Dr. Edward Leas determined that the young woman's death was a homicide and confirmed that a bullet caused the wound and that the gun was fired at a close range. Police were almost immediately suspicious of the supposed grieving 31-year-old husband, whose accounts of the ordeal seemed to change with each person he spoke with. Truman reportedly begged Orem Department of Public Safety Victims Advocate Renee Flitton to find the killer that shot my wife. Minutes later, he allegedly lamented that his wife allegedly took her own life. The man reportedly provided multiple other suicide theories as investigations went on, and eventually, he refused to speak with detectives at all. The officer who first responded to the scene at 220 South 1180 West, Utah, described Truman as being agitated and furious with emergency responders and authorities who asked him to step aside so that they could attend to the victim. He was reportedly threatening to kill the cop and everyone he knew if he didn't save Heidi. Truman allegedly told the cop that someone must have fired the bullet at his wife through sheetrock while he was in the shower. Video footage from the crime scene shows a home, a chaotic mess with blood everywhere, as well as a gun out in the open. Police were unable to uncover more information about what had transpired before Truman called 911, but both he and the victim's blood alcohol levels were just under the legal driving limit, indicating that they had both been intoxicated at the time of the shooting. The only other speculations that came to light during the investigation revealed that the couple had been watching the TV drama Dexter on the night of the killing, and some believed that the show had inspired Truman. In July 2013, Truman was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. Truman's defense tried to support his actions that fateful night by stating that Truman had not been in the right state of mind, blaming alcohol and shock for his behavior. Truman's defense also claimed that the crime scene was not controlled, as there had been dogs walking around the home and through the evidence, and Truman was allegedly allowed to go to the bathroom alone. However, despite the defense's argument, Truman was convicted the following year in October. He was sentenced 15 years to life on the murder charge and a consecutive 1 to 15 years on the obstruction charge. Truman's brother set up a change.org to petition against what he believed was the wrongful imprisonment of his brother, where he stated that the prosecution misled the jury to convict him. A second trial was granted in 2016, as his first trial had been proven to have inaccurate incriminating evidence. After nearly 4 years of incarceration, Truman was acquitted of the crime. Truman's attorney stated that he believed that the jury acquitted Truman the second time around because of accurate evidence that made the homicide scenario less plausible. "24-year-old Sarah Widmer was found dead in her bathtub by her husband, Ryan. He called 911 and was later arrested for murder. Nearly 10 years later, new evidence might be what sets him free.
911, what's the emergency? My wife fell asleep in the bathtub and I think she's dead. What's the address? 5250 Crested Owl Court, Morrow, Ohio. Okay, you need to calm down for me. I can't understand the address. What was it? 5250 Crested Owl Court. 5250 Crested Owl in Hamilton Township? Yes, Morrow, Ohio. What's going on? She fell asleep in the bathtub. I think I was downstairs. I just came up here and she was laying face down in the bathtub. In the water? Yes. How old is she? She's 24. She's in the bathtub? Yes, the water's draining right now. I tried to do everything I could. I tried to. So you're taking her out of the water now? Yeah. The water's completely drained, but she's just laying here unconscious. Nothing. She's still in the bathtub? Yes. Okay, so you drained the water out of the tub? Yes. How long was she in the bathtub? She was in here for at least 15 minutes, half hour, somewhere in there. I was downstairs watching TV. She falls asleep in the tub all the time. And how are you related to her? Your mother or? I'm her husband. Husband? Yes. What's your name? Ryan Whitmer. Spell your last name for me, Ryan. Widmer. Have you tried CPR? Yes, as much as I could. What little bit I know. Somebody coming? Yeah, they're already on the way, Ryan. There's no way you can get her out of the bathtub? I can try, but I have to set the phone down. Okay. It's better to get her out of the bathtub and get her on a flat surface. Okay. I'm dropping the phone. She's on a flat surface. What's that? She's on a flat surface. Come on. Okay. Go ahead and get back to CPR. You're doing try CPR. They'll be there in a little bit, okay? Yes. Is your doors unlocked? No. Okay, you need to run and unlock the door so that way they can get in when they get there. And then come back. Okay. Okay, they're unlocked now. Okay. We're upstairs. You're upstairs? Do you have more than one bathroom in the house? Or? No, there's two, but the upstairs is the only one with the bathtub. Okay. Ryan, go ahead and put the phone down and try CPR for me. Okay. Yes, I am.
27-year-old Ryan Whitmer had worked as a sports planner before his arrest and eventual sentencing stemming from the death of his wife, Sarah. The dental hygienist and her husband had reportedly both gone straight home from work on the 11th of August to have dinner together, a dinner that would be their last. Shortly after, at around 11 p.m., the couple had dinner together and began getting ready for bed. Whitmer called 911 and reported that his wife had fallen and drowned in the bathtub. The couple had been inseparable since meeting at a pub on a blind date and eventually buying a house together and getting married. They had only been married for months and were in the process of adopting a puppy together when tragedy struck. Sarah was lying naked on the floor of the bathtub when the police arrived. Like Ryan, they tried CPR but reportedly noticed a frothy discharge coming from Sarah's mouth and nose, indicating that she had drowned. Sarah was taken to hospital in an ambulance with Ryan by her side. After 6 intubation attempts, succeeding only when it was too late, Sarah was pronounced dead at the hospital. In statements he made to police, Ryan had described Sarah as regularly walking on her tippy toes, suffering from headaches, and being chronically fatigued. When police spoke with Ryan, he stated that Sarah would reportedly fall asleep in unusual places and that he had feared that she would fall asleep in the tub one day. The deceased's husband claims that he had been watching football on TV when Sarah had gone upstairs at approximately 10 p.m. to have a bath. He said that he had gone upstairs to check on her when he found her in the tub. Police noticed inconsistencies with Ryan's claims that his wife fell asleep in the bathtub. Sarah's body was on the bathroom floor when she was found, not inside the tub, and her feet had been dry. They also noted Ryan telling the 911 dispatcher that he had found her lying face down but had allegedly told the nurse at the hospital that he had found her lying face up. They also found bloodstains on the bedroom floor, and the TV downstairs hadn't been set to the game Ryan had reportedly been watching. The TV in the bedroom had been on that channel. According to the coroner's report, the woman had died from drowning. There was reportedly faint bruising on the right side of her forehead, a petechial hemorrhage on the inner surface of her eyelid, bruising on the left side of her neck and armpit, and lacerations to her upper lip. Her death was ruled as a homicide. Evidence gathered from Sarah's autopsy, as well as the inconsistencies in Ryan's story, were enough for the prosecution to convince a jury to convict Ryan in 2011 after 2 previous trials, sentencing him to 15 years to life in prison. Since his arrest, his family has been fighting for an appeal based on an unfair trial, in which insufficient evidence was brought to the table and crucial evidence was omitted. Included in this is DNA from the victim, which could be the key to freeing the accused and convicted killer. The defense has argued that besides finding no splashed water or freshly wet towels, there was no other sign of struggle or forced drowning in the bathroom or anywhere else in the house. And while Sarah had bruising on her body, there were no defensive injuries to her perfectly manicured nails or toes, as well as no bruising on her knees, knuckles, or elbows. Ryan also had no marks or bruising that would indicate a struggle. 10 years later, precisely what happened to Sarah was still a mystery. Authorities said they never did figure out the exact scenario that ended her life. Neither did the jurors who eventually convicted Ryan. While investigators were scratching their heads over the puzzling circumstances of Sarah's drowning, the defense secretly hired the world's foremost death investigation expert, Dr. Werner Spitz, to perform a second autopsy on Sarah and found that it was possible that an undetermined medical problem could have been the cause of Sarah's sudden demise. Sarah had reportedly suffered unexplained periods of fatigue and headaches, and sometimes they caused her to see spots. Friends said the college-educated couple soared on a cloud of wedded bliss. Ryan, who worked in sports marketing, was too in love with Sarah, a dental hygienist, to ever have harmed her, they said. Sarah's family even supported Ryan, at least at the outset of the case. His case remains under appeal for a 4th time while he serves 15 to life. He will be eligible for parole in July 2025. Police responded to reports of a shooting shortly after 8 a.m. on New Year's Eve, December 2015, about an alleged intruder in Chandler, Arizona.
Check, run.
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, yes, I just had an intruder over at my apartment.
Okay, hold on. Where is that located?
The intruder is down. I shot him with my weapon.
Okay. I need the address. I need the address.
Oh, my apologies, sir. It's going to be at
Street in Chandler.
Yes, ambulance is needed. And
okay, hold on. The apartment number?
It's going to be 2031.
2031. Okay, hold on. Let me get the paramedics online. Hold on, please.
Fire department. What is the address of your emergency?
Hi, yes. I had an intruder alert over at my house. It's over on Street.
Okay.
All right.
But you're saying it's somebody breaking into your house?
No, somebody has broken into my house. I was in the other room when I heard the back door opening on my balcony.
Okay.
And that's when I grabbed my pistol. The suspect is down.
Are you still on the line?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay. Was there a fire or some sort of medical? Is there an injury?
Shot the intruder.
Okay.
He's very injured. I might have hit him in the right or left shoulder blade, so we might have a serious issue here.
Okay. And what is your apartment number?
It's going to be 2031.
Okay, and fire. I have a quick question. I have a quick question for him. Where's the suspect at, sir?
Okay, the suspect is located right about 10 feet from the back balcony door. I was in the kitchen when I noticed him, and he is now parallel with the door and the kitchen.
Okay, so he's on your patio.
No, he's inside my house right now. I fired one round and it appears to have gone through his skull.
It appears to have gone through his skull or his shoulder blade.
Hopefully it's not his skull. I believe it might have been his right cheek.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second, man. My girlfriend's freaking out right now.
Okay, sir, where's the weapon right now?
I have the weapon right now on my hip.
Okay, is it holstered?
Yeah, holstered, yes.
Sir, is the guy moving at all? Is he responding?
Hello?
Sir, is...
Hey,
okay.
You okay, man? No, sir. He's unresponsive.
Okay, sir, I'm what I need you to do right now is if you can step outside right now, take your girlfriend with you. You're going to step outside. Take me on the phone with you. The officers are asking this. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me check that gun real quick. I don't want you to step out yet. Hold on.
Okay. Honestly, officer, as far as I am to say, I believe the suspect is deceased.
Okay, listen. Okay, I'm getting this from the officer. Keep your weapon holstered. Okay. And you're going to go outside with your girlfriend to meet the officers.
Yes, sir. Would you like me to go out there right now?
Yes, go out there right now.
Okay, come on. Actually, my girlfriend just took my weapon. Where's my pistol that I had? They need to see that.
Okay, so it's not holstered.
It is holstered. She just grabbed it off. I took it off my hip. It is. I had it holstered when he came in through the back door.
Okay, where is the weapon right now?
The weapon is on my hip.
On your hip. Okay, leave it there. You and your girlfriend are to step outside and meet the officers.
Okay.
Keep your hands up just so the officers can see your weapon, see your hands clear from it.
Okay.
And you're just going to stay on the phone with me.
I'm sorry, sir?
Just stay on the phone with me just so I can... Just stay on the phone with me until I know that you're with the officers.
All right, yes, sir. Walking out my bedroom.
And is your girlfriend right next to you?
Yeah.
Are you out the door? Hello, sir.
Nathaniel Thomas allegedly saw an unidentified man enter his apartment through his second-floor patio sliding door, looking angry and reaching for something in his sweatpants. In self-defense, Thomas pulled out his gun and shot the man. The alleged intruder was identified as Gage Bodenheimer. When police officers arrived at Thomas's apartment complex, they found Bodenheimer shot to death. After gathering witness statements who had spent the night at the apartment, investigators determined Bodenheimer was inside Thomas's apartment that morning, as were other people. According to one of the witnesses, Thomas allegedly pointed a gun, as a joke, at Bodenheimer as he was asleep on the floor to try to wake him up. It was then that Thomas pulled the trigger, believing a round was not chambered in the weapon. Police officers determined that the initial story about an intruder was fake. When they confronted the teen with supporting evidence against him, he continued to lie. He later changed his story and said the gun went off because Bodenheimer tried to reach for it. Investigators discovered that Thomas had a lengthy history of using guns. He first took his firearms safety course when he was merely 5 years old. The police officers who had first arrived on the scene where he had executed Bodenheimer said he was wearing a gun holster around his waist. The 19-year-old was arrested and booked on counts of second-degree murder and indifference to human life. In July 2008, Michael Roseborough, a man with many secrets, called 911 after finding his wife and mother of 4 children, Jan Roseborough, in the deep end of their swimming pool. He was arrested and charged with her murder.
Lancaster County 911. Everyone White just drowned. I'm sorry? Everyone White just drowned. Okay. And what happened?
I had gone to bed about an hour and a half ago, and she was outside, and I came out, and I saw the lights were still on the pool, the torch were still on. And I came out, and I found her in the deep end of the pool.
Okay. Is she breathing?
No, she's not.
Is she still in the water?
No, I pulled her out.
Okay. Do you want to try to start CPR on her?
I will, yeah.
Okay. Do you need help to do that? I can give you instructions on what to do.
I was lifeguarded. I know.
Right. I can walk you through it if you want help.
I want to get her out of the pool.
What's that?
I want to get her out of the pool.
She's still in the pool?
Yeah.
I thought you said she was out of the pool.
No. Oh my God. I'm sorry. She's out of the pool. Help me through it, please.
Okay. So she is out of the pool?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want you to do, is there anybody else there?
My children are asleep.
How old are your children?
12, 9, and 6.
Okay. What we need to do is get her on her back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have her flipped over onto her back?
She's on her back, yes.
Okay. I want you to check and see if she has a pulse. Do you know how to do that?
I do.
Okay.
There's no pulse.
There is none?
There is not.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start the CPR, okay?
Okay.
Keep her head tilted back, pinch her nose closed, cover her mouth with yours, and give her 2 deep, regular breaths, about 1 second each.
Okay.
Is that the siren for the fire department there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. I can throw up. Please, hold on.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Is there somebody there?
Not yet, no.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start the compressions, okay? Go ahead and put your hand on her chest. I want you to pump her chest hard and fast about 30 times, about twice a second.
Okay.
Okay? Let the chest come up all the way between pumps. And let me know when you've done it 30 times, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead and do that.
All right. Okay.
You did it about 30 times?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and I want you to look in her mouth and see if there's anything in there. Okay.
The ambulance is here, sir.
The ambulance is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Go get them, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Lancaster County is home to the quiet town of Denver, which was shaken by the news of Jan Rosebarrow's gruesome death in 2008. Michael had reported to police that he believed that an intruder had killed his wife, claiming that $40,000 worth of jewelry had gone missing that same day. According to authorities, the death was first assumed to be an accident. However, after the autopsy revealed that Jan was also beaten and strangled, police began to suspect that her husband, who was the local funeral home director in the little town, had been involved with her death. Police began to investigate and discovered that Michael had led a string of affairs, and his most recent was Angela Funk, who had become pregnant with his child. The woman had reportedly been angered and outraged upon finding out that she was one of many women with whom her lover had been unfaithful. Funk had described Michael as a man who made me feel like a woman, a beautiful woman, but was also hurt and distraught at the knowledge that he might have murdered his wife to be with her. She said that he did not love her if he was willing to kill his wife for her, adding that all she felt was used. In September 2009, Judge James Cullen sentenced 42-year-old Michael Rosebarrow to life in prison without parole for the first-degree murder of his wife Jan. Michael Rosebarrow became the focus of a 48 Hours mystery special on CBS, which tells the tale of Michael and his affairs with various women, depicting him as a selfish and cold-hearted killer. The 1-hour special aired on the night of his 43rd birthday. In April 2007, a distressed Dr. Martin McNeil called 911 to report that his wife had fallen in the bathtub. The Mormon doctor had later stood trial for allegedly murdering his wife with a cocktail of prescription drugs so he could continue an affair with the nanny.
We have a request upon distress for medical account. Okay, what's the problem, sir? Lee Medical. Sir, what's wrong?
I was falling in the bathtub.
Who's in the bathtub? Who's in the bathtub?
My wife.
Okay.
is she conscious?
She's not. She's not on a physician.
Okay, sir, I need you to calm. Sir, I can't understand you, okay? Can you calm down just a little bit? Okay, your wife is unconscious?
She is unconscious. She's underwater.
Okay, did you get her out of the water?
I can't. I couldn't get her out of the water. She's on in progress.
She's under the water?
She's out of the water now. We're in the ambulance.
Okay, is she breathing at all?
She is not.
Okay, sir, the ambulance has been paged. They're on their way, okay? Do not hang up. What? Sir? Why would an adult female be so... Sir, this is 911. Can I help you?
I need help.
Okay, sir, they're on their way. Is your wife breathing?
She is not. I am a physician. I got CPR in progress.
You're doing CPR. Do you know?
No,
Sir, how old is your wife?
My wife is 50 years old. She just had surgery here a couple of days or a week ago.
What kind of surgery did she have?
She had a facelift.
She had a facelift?
Yes.
Okay, do you know how to do CPR?
I'm doing it.
Okay, do not hang...
Martin met his wife, Michelle McNeil, previously Summers, at an activity for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints young adults. Michelle was a model and a former beauty queen. The two lovebirds eloped and tied the knot in early 1976. After only 4 months of being married, Martin was arrested and charged with forgery, fraud, and theft. He was then released after serving his 6-month sentence. The couple lived in a gated community in Pleasant Grove, Utah, with their 8 children: Rachel, Vanessa, Alexis, Damien, Giselle, Elle, Sabrina, and Ada. The latter 4 were adopted from Ukraine. Martin formerly practiced as a physician in Pleasant Grove, where he served in the military and had received a law degree. According to investigators, he falsified transcripts with inflated grades and lied on applications to get into 2 medical schools and later to BYU Law School. In 2000, the doctor was appointed as medical director of American Fork Training School, later renamed Utah State Developmental Center. The father of 8 was reportedly dissatisfied with his marriage. He often made statements about wanting a divorce. He had at least 2 extramarital affairs in the 2005 to 2007 timeframe, one with Anna Osborne Walthall and another with Gypsy Willis. In late 2005, he had an affair with Walthall, who was going through a messy divorce. Martin met Gypsy Willis online and began dating.
We started speaking on instant messenger on the computer. He was very smart, and he was funny, and he was quick-witted, and we had an immediate rapport.
Michelle's suspicions that her husband was having an affair increased, and she confronted him repeatedly. Months later, Martin presented the idea of having cosmetic surgery to his wife. He pressed for the surgery until Michelle gave in to the idea, thinking it would help her marriage. Martin, a physician at the time, gave the plastic surgeon, Dr. Scott Thompson, a list of drugs he wanted to prescribe to Michelle. A day after the surgery, Michelle was sluggish and unresponsive when one of her daughters, Alexis, tried waking her up. Her father told her he probably over-medicated the woman. Alexis returned to medical school on April 10, 2007, believing that her mother was recovering. The following day, Michelle and Alexis talked at 8:44 a.m., and Michelle said she was doing well. At 9:10 a.m., Martin called Alexis, asking her to call her mother, saying she was concerned that she wasn't doing well and wasn't getting out of bed. Sadly, the 50-year-old had died in the bathtub of her Pleasant Grove home. Investigators ruled that Michelle's death was accidental. The autopsy report also concluded she died of natural causes. Michelle's memorial service was held on April 14, 2007. At his wife's funeral, the doctor spoke about how life had been unfair to him. He only mentioned Michelle in passing. In a twisted turn of events, Martin's mistress attended the service.
You wanted to go to the funeral of the woman whose husband you'd been having an affair with?
I was sorry. I was sorry that it was inappropriate.
In September 2007, a police report was filed alleging Martin fondled his then 24-year-old daughter, Alexis, on 2 occasions 3 months after her mother's death. Martin said to Alexis, "I thought you were your mother." According to the reports, in May 2007, Alexis was asleep in her parents' bed when she was awakened by her father caressing her and kissing her hand. He was supposed to be sleeping on the couch. When questioned by police, McNeil claimed that a person could not be held accountable for his actions while he's asleep. Criminal charges were filed, dismissed, then later refiled. In 2009, Martin was arrested and sentenced to 4 years in prison for fraud. He had used the identifying information from his adopted daughter, Giselle, to obtain false legal documents for his girlfriend, Willis, in Giselle's name. Willis owed substantial sums to the Internal Revenue Service, and Martin wished to avoid any possible liability for these debts. Willis was indicted on 11 similar charges. McNeil was later released in July 2012 from a federal prison in Texas. The children of Michelle and Martin McNeil questioned their mother's cause of death and insisted on reviewing the toxicology report. Linda Clough, Michelle's sister, wrote letters to Governor John Huntsman and Utah County's Attorney's Office asking them to investigate her sister's death. The revised autopsy report included drug toxicity as the cause of death. The autopsy report highlighted that Michelle would not have been able to administer the medication to herself. Utah prosecutors moved to file charges of murder and obstruction of justice against McNeil. On trial, prosecutors worked to convince the jury that Martin McNeil was responsible for killing his wife. First respondents to McNeil's 911 call described the husband as loud and distracting.
He was so disruptive to the crew that as the fire chief removed him from the actual patient care scene.
Brought onto the husband's stand was his son's girlfriend, who the doctor asked to dispose of the drugs Michelle had been taking.
Did you flush the pills down the toilet?
Yes.
And did you do that?
Yes.
Did that request seem strange to you?
At the time, it did seem strange, yes.
Also coming forward as a witness was Dr. Scott Thompson, the plastic surgeon who performed the cosmetic surgery on Michelle. He testified that he did not typically prescribe diazepam and oxycodone for his patients.
Why did you prescribe these extra drugs?
That was because Martin indicated to me that he was very concerned about his wife, that she didn't handle pain well.
The accused children spoke about their father in court. First, their daughter.
He did not count on his daughters actually turning against him.
Then, Rachel McNeil took the stand and described her relationship with her dad.
How close would you describe your relationship with your dad growing up?
Very close.
And why would you say that?
Growing up, my father was my best friend.
Very, very close to your dad.
It's close to my dad, yes.
She recalled her father's phone call when her mom died.
Rachel, quick, get to the hospital. It's your mother. Quick.
2 of McNeil's mistresses also took the stand. Walthall said, the accused offered to kill her husband and described writing an anonymous article about mercy killing in which a patient was euthanized with painkillers but was never held accountable. During one of their pillow talk moments, she remembered the doctor telling her there was a natural way to induce someone to have a heart attack.
Something you can give someone that's natural, that's there after they have a heart attack so that it's not detectable after they have a heart attack.
Okay, so you can give someone some sort of substance that's
Yes.
naturally occurring in the body,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be there after the heart attack, but it would also start a heart attack.
Yes.
And so you could cause someone to have a heart attack, and the drug would supposed to be there anyway, and so you wouldn't be able to tell.
That's correct.
In an interview with ABC, his lover, Gypsy, says she regretted moving in with the family.
Think to yourself, this would be a terrible idea for me to come in and be the family nanny.
Yes, I did.
After everything that was happening.
Yes, it was a huge mistake. I'm so sorry. I only wanted to come and support the man I cared for in whatever way I could.
Defense lawyer Suzanne Gustin said the jury might believe her client is a total jerk for cheating on his wife and inviting his mistress to her funeral, but that it does not mean he's a killer. She said, Martin has made poor choices in his life. He had affairs during his marriage. Shortly after his wife passed away, he brought his mistress into his home. We may think he's a total jerk and disgusting, and that's natural, but decide this case on the facts rather than the emotion. The defense claimed that Michelle McNeil had overdosed on her prescribed medication, fell into the bathtub, and drowned. McNeil's defense team argued that the father could not have killed his wife because he had an alibi. However, the prosecutors believed that his alibi was part of his sinister plan.
He told me he needed his picture taken. He was adamant.
On November 9th, 2013, McNeil was found guilty of the first-degree murder of his wife. He was also convicted of obstruction of justice for hindering the investigation of his wife's murder by attempting to make Michelle's death appear accidental.
We, the jury, having reviewed the evidence and the testimony in the case, find the defendant as to count 1, murder, guilty. As to count 2, obstruction of justice.
In addition to the murder trial, Martin was found guilty of forcible sexual abuse of his daughter, Alexis Summers. Willis was shocked by the guilty verdict.
It took me a little while to pull myself together.
Why were you shocked? There seemed like there was so much evidence against him.
The Martin I knew and loved was not the person that he was portrayed on the stand.
So to this day, you don't believe that he killed Michelle?
I really don't.
2.5 years into his sentence, McNeil committed suicide in prison on April 9th, 2017. He was found lifeless in an outside yard near the prison's greenhouse. According to reports, the doctor used a hose and a natural gas line that was in place as a heater for the greenhouse to take his life. Like Dr. McNeil, the next caller's story was so convincing, he almost got away with it.
Emergency. Help me. My God, my wife's breathing. Okay, you need an ambulance? I need everything. I need everything.
Springfield Police.
Yes, help me.
What's the problem?
I just shot this man in my house.
He's inside your house
He
right now?
He beat my wife.
Is he in there right now?
Yes,
Does he have a gun?
Her brains are everywhere.
Where's the man at?
He's laying on the floor.
Is he dead?
I don't know. He's making weird sounds.
Sir,
20.
Sir, slow down. I can't understand you. Slow down. Is the man still in your house?
Yes, he's laying there on the floor with a bullet in his head.
Did you shoot him?
Yes, I shot him. He was killing my wife. Please, my baby's crying. My baby's crying. I gotta go. I'll call you right back. Hello?
Winger?
Yes.
This is the police department. We've got officers en route. I need to know what's going on there.
My wife is dying on the floor.
Okay, is she still alive?
I think so.
Okay, we've got ambulance en route and we've got police officers en route. Where is the gun?
I left it on the table. It's on the table. It's on the table. Please,
okay.
Jack, please come here.
We've got people on the way.
Okay.
Who is this man?
I don't know who he is.
He's still inside the house?
Yes, he's laying on the floor. Okay, I gotta hold my wife. I gotta get to my wife.
Okay, are you Mark Winger?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, and your wife is Donna?
Yes, she is.
When did the man come here?
I know, a few minutes ago. Wait, I gotta get to my wife. Please, just let me get to my wife. I won't hang up. Okay?
Okay, we've got officers en route.
Okay, my door's open. Okay.
The case seemed open and shut. A violent intruder beats a woman to death. After catching him in the act, the woman's husband shoots him in the head. There have been 2 dramatically different versions of the death of Donna Winger over the years, but only one can be true. There's the story of her husband, Mark Winger tells, which police mostly accepted, the hero who took on the attacker. The other version suggests Winger was trying to frame another officer and murder his wife. This version seems much harder to believe. The case hinges on a police officer who simply couldn't relinquish a hunch. The perfect couple were respected and successful members of their community. Mark was a nuclear engineer of the state of Illinois. Donna was an operating room technician. Since she could not have children, they adopted a baby girl, Bailey. Only 3 months later, the good times ended abruptly. It all began in August 1995, after Donna visited her mother and stepfather in Florida. She and her 3-month-old booked an airport van for the 90-minute ride home to Springfield. The ride was strange, as was the driver, Roger Harrington, who had been working for the shuttle company for 6 months. Besides speeding, the driver told Donna that sometimes when he drove, this godlike character would come to him and pull him out of his body, and he would be flying above the trees. Harrington also allegedly spoke about orgies. The trip bothered Donna enough that Mark called and laid a complaint against the driver. Less than a week later, the husband was on his treadmill in the basement when he heard a thump. Mark told officers that he went upstairs to investigate, where he found their child alone on the bed. Strange noises from the dining room prompted him to grab his gun and investigate. When Mark came down the hallway, he said he saw his wife on the floor. There was a stranger over her, bludgeoning her with a hammer. Hoping to save Donna, he shot the man in the head. When police officers arrived, they found 2 people bleeding on the floor. Blood was on the furniture, the walls, and even the ceiling. Officer Dave Behringer snapped 3 Polaroid pictures while paramedics worked. It was the last 3 pictures in his camera. Meanwhile, Detective Charlie Cox questioned Mark Winger in the bedroom. He told Cox the hammer was his, left out by Donna as a reminder to hang a hat rack, then asked the question, who was the man he had shot? In response to finding out it was that same van driver, Roger Harrington, Mark said the man had been harassing the couple. Devastated by killing someone, he collapsed and cried. But Mark couldn't have been more wrong. The police had cleared him. In fact, they didn't consider him a killer. They considered him a victim, a hero even. According to police reports, the widower said Donna was on her knees with Harrington leaning over her, attacking her with a hammer. Harrington looked up at him, and Mark shot him because he was about to hit her again. He told police that at that point, Harrington fell off of Donna and rolled back. The crime scene had backed up the same story. And since Harrington had been a psychiatric patient with a history of delusions, it didn't seem far-fetched. Plus, Cox already knew him. He once broke up a fight between Harrington and his wife. The van driver died shortly after arriving at the hospital. Donna never regained consciousness and died minutes later. Her devastated parents rushed to support Mark. A day after the crime, the prosecutor announced that Mark had acted in self-defense and that no charges would be filed against him. The case was closed, despite Roger Harrington's family pushing for answers. They seemed to be alone in their belief that the story didn't add up until a shocking revelation years later. All along, Detective Doug Williamson was also not convinced of Harrington's guilt. There was no sign of forced entry. The mother would not have let a man she was so fearful of into the house, nor would she leave her baby alone on the bed.
I think we've sort of bonded a little bit.
Oh, I think we bonded a lot.
And Harrington's car was parked right in front of the Winger home, with a piece of paper on the front seat. It had Mark Winger's name, address, and 4:30 p.m. written on it. Williamson wanted to investigate further, but his bosses turned him down. His suspicions grew when Mark kept showing up at the police station. Once, while asking for his gun back, he probed on how the case was going, but it was closed. Another time, Mark stopped in to tell Cox he was getting remarried to his daughter's new nanny, whom he had hired just 5 months after Donna died. Finally, the detectives were on the same page and both pushed to reopen the case. However, for 3 years, their bosses would not allow it. During that time, Mark and his new wife, Rebecca, adopted Bailey and had 2 other children. Then, 4 years later, Donna's best friend, Deanne Schultz, came forward with a secret that had been making her sick. What she was finally ready to say would change everything. Mark Winger had been having an affair with her that began a month before Donna's death and continued for several months after it. Schultz told police that Mark had even talked about killing his wife because he was desperate to get out of the marriage. Of course, the widower would blatantly deny it, but it gave the detectives a new perspective. The case was finally reopened, and while going through the files, they found yet another surprise. 3 Polaroids taken by Officer Behringer on the night of the murders before Donna Winger and Roger Harrington were moved to the hospital. The photos showed the placement of the bodies, something that police say blew Mark's version of events out of the water. The 3 snapshots, which the detectives didn't see during the original investigation, were now the centerpiece of the case. After making the painful admission that they had botched the investigation in 1995, police set out to prove who the real killer was. Evidence pointed to Mark methodically plotting the double murder immediately after Donna's bizarre ride with Harrington on the way home from St. Louis. Finally, in 2001, Mark Winger was arrested. Donna's parents, Sarah Jane and Ira Drescher, were at the trial, knowing that the evidence against him was strong, but still clinging to the hope that something would exonerate him, especially after flooding him with support for nearly 7 years. After nearly 2 weeks of testimony, 3 families anxiously waited for jurors to decide Mark Winger's fate, and 13 hours later, the jury reached its verdict. Mark Winger was guilty. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Mark and Donna's daughter, Bailey, was then raised by Mark's second wife, Rebecca, who filed for divorce. But it didn't end there. In 2006, he was indicted for attempting to hire a fellow prisoner to commit another murder for him, Donna's best friend and Mark's mistress. This was most likely revenge after she became the key witness in his trial. Mark Winger also allegedly tried to have a childhood friend, wealthy real estate developer Jeffrey Gelman, killed for not posting his $1 million bail. The murder-for-hire plot fell apart, resulting in a conviction in June 2007 for solicitation to commit murder. A 35-year sentence was added on top of the life without parole sentence he received in the first murders. Birkenhead resident Craig Smith called 999, saying his 2-year-old Teddy Tilstol had swallowed bathwater and was unresponsive. In the call made in March 2017, Smith appears panicked and desperate to resuscitate the child.
Ambulance, is the patient breathing?
No, he's not.
He's not breathing.
It's a little 2-year-old boy. He's just been in the bath. He's just swallowed water.
And he's not breathing.
He's not breathing. His eyes are open. He's not moving. No movement, no breathing.
Okay, what's the address of the emergency?
I'm trying. Come on, please. Come on.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 2.
He's 2.
Yeah. Come on, mate.
This is not delaying the help at all, okay?
I'm trying to breathe air into his lungs and he's just
Is he
on the wheel.
Right,
He's
okay.
His eyes aren't moving. He's
Right,
unresponsive.
listen. I'm organising help for you now. Stay on the line. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do next, okay? And he's 2.
He's dead, as far as I can see. He's dead.
He's okay, all right, listen to me. I'm going to tell you how to help him. Okay, the help's being arranged as I'm speaking to you, okay? Stay on the line with me.
Come on.
Are you right by him now?
I'm right by him. He's just
right, listen carefully. Lay him flat on his back on the ground.
Flat on his back.
Remove any pillows and then kneel next to him and look into his mouth for food or vomit.
I've cleared all food
Is
and
there
vomit out of
anything in his mouth?
No.
No.
Not that I
Okay,
can
now
see,
place
no.
your hand
No.
on his forehead,
Yeah.
your other hand under his neck, and carefully tilt his head back. And then put your ear next to his mouth. Can you feel or hear any breathing?
It's just like bubbling.
Can you feel or hear any breathing?
No, it's just it's air coming out.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how to give mouth to mouth. Pinch his nose closed and completely cover his mouth with your mouth. Then blow 2 regular breaths into his lungs, about 1 second each. Just enough to make his chest rise with each breath.
Right, okay. No. It's just the air.
Could you feel the air going in and out?
Yes, yeah.
You could. Okay, listen carefully. I'll tell you how to do chest compressions. Make sure he's flat on his back on the floor. Place the heel of your hand on the breastbone in the center of his chest, right between the nipples.
Okay.
Push down 2 inches with only the heel of your hand touching his chest. Pump his chest hard and fast, at least twice a second. Let his chest come all the way up between pumps and tell me when you're done. Okay, count the compressions out loud.
1, 2.
Right, you need to be going at a rate of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Keep
You're still
going.
doing nothing.
You're doing really well. Just keep
1,
going.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right, now with your hand under his neck, pinch his nose close and carefully tilt his head back again.
Yeah.
Give 2 more regular breaths and pump his chest 30 times more. Make sure the heel of your hand is on the breastbone in the center of his chest, right between the nipples.
One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4.
Have you done the 2 more breaths?
Yeah, I've done 2 more breaths.
You've done the 2 more breaths, okay. So from now on, just keep giving him 2 breaths and then 30 pumps, 2 breaths and 30 pumps. Keep doing it until help arrives to take over. Tell me when you're right with him.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
You're doing really well. Keep going. Don't give up. This will keep him going till the ambulance crew arrives. Just keep repeating the cycle of 2 breaths and 30 pumps. 2 breaths and 30 pumps. Keep doing it until help can take over. Okay, tell me when they're right with you or if anything changes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Just keep doing the 2 breaths and the 30 pumps.
I can hear an ambulance now.
Okay, just keep going until they're right with you. Is there somebody in the house with you?
Well, no, just me and the other daughter.
Is she old enough to go and open the front door?
No, she's only 3. My missus is in hospital already with the other 2-year-old. She banged her head this morning.
Oh gosh, okay. Just you keep going until you hear them knocking.
Yeah, just knocking now.
Okay, run and open the door as quickly as you can.
However, during the Liverpool investigation, it came to light that there was no sign of the child swallowing bathwater. Instead, chilling details of abuse emerged. Smith had hit Teddy in the stomach so hard that he caused internal bleeding. The child's twin sister, Cassidy, had also been hospitalized for a head injury that morning. The 28-year-old was sentenced to a minimum of 17 years in prison for both the murder of Teddy and the assault on his own twin sister. Meanwhile, the children's mother, Ashley Willett, was found guilty of cruelty after Teddy was found to have over 40 visible injuries, including an old bleed to the brain. He was also convicted of assaulting Teddy's twin sister, Cassidy, in relation to the head injury. On July 29, 2019, Jasmine Perkins called 911 and told them repeatedly that she was dying. The 25-year-old had just been shot by the son of Florida Circuit Judge Barbara Hobbs.
What's your address? Your mercy. What's your address? Okay, can you repeat your address for me? 1021 What's the closest cross street intersection? What's going on? Dying for what? I'm dying. Huh? A gunshot? Gunshot. Okay. Can you verify your phone number in case we get disconnected? 679. Okay. How many times were you shot? Twice? Where were you shot at? Huh? Okay, I'm getting help to you, okay? Okay, I'm getting help to you. Just stay on the phone with me, okay? I'm dying. Just stay on the phone
phone with me, okay? Okay, how long ago this happened? Stay on the phone with me, okay? Stay on the phone with me. Okay? I'm dying. Who's the person that's yelling? I'm dying. Huh? Man. I'm dying. Okay, stay on the phone. Stay on the phone with me, okay? Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you, ma'am? Ma'am, who shot you? Who shot you? Who shot you? Hello? Hello? Hello?
She was standing close to the door when Justin Haynes fired 2 shots at the lock. One bullet went through her hand, grazed the top of her left thigh, and passed through her right leg before it finally lodged into the wall behind her. Her dog, Samson, was hit by a bit of shrapnel. When Tallahassee police arrived, it took the judge's son 2.5 minutes to open the door. His 3-year-old son and the victim were in the living room. Jasmine was taken to hospital. In the ambulance, she told the police officer that Haynes shot her through the door after they had gotten into an argument. The 31-year-old shooter was read his Miranda rights and taken to be interviewed at Tallahassee Police Department. On hearing that her son and grandson were in the police custody, Judge Barbara Hobbs arrived soon after and asked the commander, who she knew, to see her son. But because Haynes wasn't a child, the only way she could see him was as his lawyer. So, the judge stated that she was her son's lawyer and was present during his police interviews. With his mother by his side, the suspect told investigators that he unintentionally shot Ms. Perkins while defending himself and his son against Ms. Perkins' pit bull. The dog had bitten him on his left thigh, but it wasn't a serious injury. There were also no claw marks on the door where the dog had tried to get at him as he claimed. During their search of the residence, police recovered fired 7 62mm cartridge cases, an AK-47 rifle, and a Glock handgun which wasn't used in the incident. 2 butter knives and a screwdriver lay on the floor, and there were marks on the door frame where they had been used to try to pry the door open. There were large amounts of blood inside the door, blood on the walls, and spattered on a mattress and blankets. Police conclude that his reason for shooting through the door was to gain entry, not protect himself against the dog. Evidence matched the victim's story. Haynes had been drinking and punched the wall in anger. She then locked herself and her pet in the bathroom and tried to secure the door. On the other side, Haynes demanded to be let in before retrieving his AK-47 and firing 2 shots at the door's handle. One of the shots hit Ms. Perkins, who then called 911 from her cell phone. The judge's son then got into the room, snatched the phone from Perkins, and ended the call. He then carried her into the living room, where the victim claimed he started pacing back and forth with his hands on his head, saying he's going to jail. Then the police arrived. Haynes was charged with second-degree murder with a weapon, shooting at and into a building, and attempted animal cruelty, but petitioned to seek immunity from prosecution under Stand Your Ground laws. However, this was denied in May 2021. His mother, Judge Hobbs, was accused of improper behavior for acting as her son's lawyer after his arrest. After a Judicial Qualification Commission complaint and trial, she was acquitted of arranging unmonitored and unrecorded contact with her son while he was in custody, but was deemed guilty of representing her son in his interrogations. In July 2021, it was reported that the judge did not oppose the recommended 60-day unpaid suspension and public reprimand for representing her son. Haynes is currently out on bail, and his trial is pending. A frantic David Breivik made a call to 911 claiming home intruders were choking and killing his wife, Francia Breivik, right before his eyes. On the call with the operators, he's heard helplessly crying and begging the intruders to stop attacking his wife.
911, hello? Hello?
Hello!
What's the address to your emergency, sir?
I don't know!
What's going on?
Help! I think somebody just choked on my girl!
Someone did what?
Choked on my girl!
Jumped on your girl?
They choked her out! God damn it, guys! Come on! Why'd you do that?
You know who did it?
I don't know these guys!
Did they break in, or what happened?
I don't know! They're her friends, I guess. But she's stuck and they won't stop! Stop it! Stop! Stop! Get away from them! What the f***? Stop it! God damn it! Stop it!
Is there any...
They're crazy! They won't stop!
How many people are there?
I don't know! At least two! At least two! Don't do this! You guys are going crazy! What is wrong with you?
Do they have any weapons, sir?
I don't know! I don't know!
What's your name?
I'm sure I'm going to get the blame if I didn't do it!
What's your name, sir?
Wherever my phone is.
I understand. I have...
She's breathing! She's breathing!
Okay.
She's breathing! She's breathing!
How old is she?
She's 56.
56?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, guys, don't do this.
Where did the eyes go?
I don't know. They're still here. They're still here. Come on, stop it! Stop it! They're choking her, man. They won't stop. Stop it! Oh, Franklin, what is wrong with you? Why do you keep going to them? I don't know what to do, man. Franklin, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Please help somebody! Help!
Okay, try to have units on the way, okay? I have units on the way. What's her name?
Stop it! Stop it! They won't stop. Please send somebody! Hooray! Stop, guys!
Are they inside the house or outside?
Yes! Oh, they won't stop! Hurry up! Hurry up! Don't! Stop it! Stop choking her! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Where are you? Where are you? You brother. Stop it! Don't do it, man! You don't do it!
Nobody has any
Can you hear me?
sir?
I don't know. I don't know. I think something else is wrong with her. She's just choking out. I don't even think they're doing it. I don't think there's anyone here. I think she's choking out. I don't know what.
She's just choking?
Yeah, she's choking. Please. Hurry, send somebody. I don't know what's wrong with her. What the f*** is wrong with you, girl? Stop it.
Okay, sir.
Don't die on me.
Sir, let me just make sure she's just choking. Nobody's choking her, right?
I don't know.
Do you see people physically choking her or no?
Yes.
You do see people choking her?
Hurry. Hurry.
I have units licensed sirens to you right now, sir.
Hurry, please. What? Hurry.
When the Brevard County Sheriff's deputies arrived on the scene, Breivik answered the door completely naked, sweating and cursing profusely. He also appeared to be delusional, claiming there were people inside his home, choking his wife. The caller directed the deputies to the side of the property, but no intruders were found. Inside, officials found the 56-year-old Vargas Breivik naked, injured, and unresponsive. She was immediately rushed to Health First Homes Regional Medical Center in a critical condition. She, unfortunately, died at the hospital 2 days later. Charged with the murder of his wife, the prosecution maintained the claim that Breivik strangled her to death and made up the whole episode to cover up his crime. Prosecutor Tom Brown said, "He didn't stop when he grabbed her on the shoulders. He didn't stop when he hit her on the forehead. He didn't stop after 20 seconds of choking her out when she's unconscious. He keeps going to kill her. That's premeditation.
The evidence in this case is going to show that the defendant, David Brevik, strangled his wife to death.
However, Brevik's defense attorney said that he was having a cocaine-induced hallucination when he made the call. He pointed out that none of the victim's DNA was found under his fingernails, even though she had marks on her neck consistent with finger marks.
All of those injuries are consistent with her injuring herself in the throes of a grand mal seizure.
Brevik's defense team further claimed that the victim's injuries were consistent with her injuring herself in the throes of a grand mal seizure and dying as a result of a cocaine overdose. With the overwhelming evidence pointing to Brevik, the jury found him guilty, and he was convicted of second-degree murder in December 2014 for the death of his wife, Francia. In the early morning hours of October 11, 2012, Peter Chadwick called 911 from a gas station near the Mexico border in San Diego. He claimed that a man named Juan murdered his wife at their Newport Beach, California home the previous morning.
I have an emergency. This is Crystal.
Yeah, my wife's dead.
Okay, so where exactly is she?
They took her.
Who took her?
The guy broke into my house. He drove me here. He had a friend. They've gone in a pickup truck.
Okay, so your wife is dead.
She's dead.
Did she die in the house and then they took her corpse?
Yeah, they killed her yesterday.
They killed her yesterday.
Yeah, we've been driving in Newport Beach.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my supervisor on the phone. He said that his wife is dead, but someone broke into the house and stole and he took her.
Yeah,
Okay, what? Who is he?
Juan.
Juan, how do you know Juan?
I picked him up to look at some painting work at the house. I brought him to the house.
And when did this happen?
Yesterday, middle of the day.
Yesterday in the middle of the day. And when did she die?
Yesterday, middle of the day.
Okay, and where is she now?
Like 11. They have her body. They said they're going to cut her up.
Who has her body?
Juan and Chi.
Okay, so when she died at 11 o'clock, they took her?
Yeah. They maybe put her in the car.
How do you know she's dead?
She drowned.
What?
Her body was stiff even. I've been driving with them. They say they're going to cut her up.
What's your name?
Peter Chadwick. Mm-hmm.
Are you on any kind of medication, sir?
Not heavy one.
Okay.
It's not that.
Okay.
Because I think they're going. They might be going to Mexico or somewhere.
Okay, but this happened yesterday at 11. You're now calling us at 5:30 in the morning.
I know. I want you to get him. Huh? Yeah. They're here.
Okay, go talk to him.
The British-born real estate investor was married to Kui Chu, also known as QC. The couple had 3 sons together. The probe into QC's death started as a missing persons investigation after the couple had failed to collect their 2 youngest sons from school, and a concerned neighbor had contacted the authorities.
Initially sent 2 investigators out to the kids to talk to them and ask them if they knew where their parents were, and then we sent patrol officers out to the house.
When investigators arrived at the couple's house, they found a decorative vase broken near the bathtub and tiny droplets of blood splattered on the bathroom wall. Investigators also found QC's mobile phone and her wedding band. The family's SUV was also not in the garage. Security footage located by cops showed the vehicle leaving the couple's multi-million-dollar estate the same day they went missing. There was an unexpected break in the case when Peter Chadwick called the police the next day and claimed that a construction worker named Juan had kidnapped him, killed his wife, and fled with her body. Chadwick said the suspect drove more than 100 miles to the Mexico border, where they met another man named Chi. The 2 men were supposedly going to take QC's body to Mexico. Chadwick entered a nearby gas station and asked the clerk to call 911. Detectives were suspicious of the man's version of events. They noticed that Chadwick had scratches on his neck and dried blood on his hands. The father of three quickly became the person of interest in his wife's disappearance.
We talked to and described this one individual. No one had any idea who that was or could give us any information related to this person.
Investigators detained him after leading police to his wife's body. A week later, QC's lifeless body was found wrapped in a comforter from their bed and dumped in a trash bin in San Diego. According to the police, the couple fought over a possible divorce and related financial issues.
We just knew and understood the fact that they did not have the money people believed that they had. And she blamed a lot of their financial issues on Peter.
Investigators discovered that Chadwick had been unfaithful in the marriage.
It brought home some sexually transmitted diseases, and so that was creating a tremendous hardship with her.
Detectives found a list detailing topics Chadwick had allegedly searched for online, including escorts, a divorce attorney, abortion costs, and, disturbingly, how to torture someone. Chadwick was charged with first-degree murder and bailed on a $1 million bond. The millionaire initially attended court appearances and surrendered his US and UK passports. However, in January 2015, he withdrew large sums of money and disappeared. Investigators discovered several books in his home detailing how someone could change their identity and live on the run.
The boundaries and resources of law enforcement, for example, buying a ticket and going to an airport and sitting there to see if law enforcement would come up to him and approach him before he could get on a flight.
He soon became one of the U.S.'s most sought-after fugitives, and U.S. Marshals placed him on the country's most wanted list in 2018. They also offered a $100,000 reward for tips leading to his capture. After a 4-year search, Chadwick was finally apprehended by police in Mexico in August 2019. U.S. Marshals received a lead that helped them develop factual information about his possible whereabouts in the country. The Marshals found Chadwick living among expatriates in Atlixco. Mexican federal police also recovered fake IDs. U.S. Marshal Craig McCluskey said it was a copy of some fictional security force, and he was representing himself as some type of analyst with top-secret access. He was returned to the U.S. and was taken to the police headquarters in Newport Beach, where he was arrested without bail. Karen Thorpe, a close friend of QC, wants justice for her late friend.
I'm angry. I'm repulsed. I want to make him know the pain that everybody else suffered.
The former real estate mogul now sits in a Southern California jail, facing a charge of murder that could result in a life sentence behind bars. A calm, leafy suburb in Cheshire, England, was shocked when news emerged that Anne-Marie Pomfret's body had been found near her horse's stables a short way away from their home. Her 51-year-old banker husband called 999 in a panic after finding her body.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
Nottingham Council, Nottingham Water request for ambulance and fire.
Ambulance and fire,
Police,
thank you.
not fire,
Ambulance
police.
and police.
Ambulance and police, sorry.
Please.
The patient
I
awake?
just no, he's very dead.
Okay,
He's
tell me
lying in
exactly
the
what's
blood.
happened.
My wife came out to the stables a couple of hours ago. I've not been able to get her on the phone, so I just come down to the stables and she's lying on the floor in a pool of blood.
Who is this? Is lying on the floor?
It's my wife.
Okay, we're getting that help for you now.
We don't have an actual address for the stables.
Okay.
It's old. Sorry, go on.
No, go on. I've got the address.
The Alder Lane.
Alder Lane, is that ALDER?
Alder Lane.
Okay, have you got a postcode?
The nearest one's a pub. Sit on the back pub. WA5.
Yep.
4BJ. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, just try and take that. What's your name?
David Pomfret.
David, okay. We're going to get that help for you. Try and stay calm for me, David, okay? So I've got Alder Lane in Burtonwood. So
Old Alder Lane, not Alder Lane.
Old Alder Lane in Burtonwood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting that help to you now. Okay.
Please. Oh Christ.
And whereabouts on Old Alder Lane? What's this stables called? Is it the old stables?
No. It's the other side of the road to that. It's near the pub.
And what's it called?
Oh, it's just we don't have a name. It's just the stables. We don't know. We've not named it.
It's not got a name. Okay.
No. Oh Christ.
What does it look like? What are they looking for when they come down that road?
There's 2 cars parked in the road. Mine and my wife's. Mine's slightly in the road because the car's blocking the gate.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, we're getting that help to you as quickly as we can, David. Just stay calm for me, okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to need to ask you some questions. This is not going to delay any help, okay?
Okay.
How old is she?
She's 50 this month. She's 23rd of November. She's 50, so she's 49. 49. She's 49.
Okay. All right. Are you with her now?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I can't go closer. I can't go near her.
Okay, David. Try and stay calm. You're doing really well for me, okay?
Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, what can I tell my daughter?
David, try and stay calm for me, okay? You're doing a really good job. Now, David, please tell me why it looks like she's dead.
Oh, she's lying on the floor, they're putting the blood. There's brains are everywhere. It looks like she has her head been in.
David, sorry, tell me that again. There's what everywhere?
Brains and blood. Oh, God.
Okay. David, we're getting that help with you as quickly as we can.
I'm going to put the lights on. Oh, Jesus God.
David, just try and stay calm. We're getting that help to you as quickly as we can, okay?
Oh, Jesus. No.
David, when did you last see her?
Oh, Christ, what time is it now? What time is it? About 9:30?
It's about 10 to 10 now. Is it today that you saw her?
Geez. Yeah.
Yeah?
I can't think of the time.
Okay.
I don't carry a watch. It was about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
About 2 hours ago?
Yeah. We'd been shopping, ducked our daughter off, been shopping. Had some tea, and the missus said she'd forgotten something, so she came down to the stables. I walked the dog, did a bit of DIY.
Okay.
I started phoning her. She was so late. And I knew she carries 2 phones. So I started phoning the phone that she got, a little old one. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, David.
She just wasn't answering, so I've come down.
Okay, David.
I thought she got trouble with the horses.
David, do you know what's happened to her?
I have no idea. She's lying on the floor.
In body cam footage from the incident, David tells police his version of events from inside an ambulance.
Briefly, what's happened?
A couple of hours ago, my wife came down the stables on her own. She said she'd forgotten something. I don't know if it's something with the horses or what she came down. The dog fed him. I was doing some bits and pieces of DIY around the house. I was like, she's taking her time. Tried to text her, got nothing back. Tried to text her again, a little bit longer, nothing back. Thought she got a problem with the horses. We've had it in the past where people have crashed through the fences or the horses have got out and she's been on the road. So I brought some torches down. She's just lying there. Oh God, she's just lying there.
Right, have you have you touched her?
Yeah, we tried to get her to do mouth to mouth. Oh Jesus, I almost threw up.
Right, I know. Alright, we understand. Well, let's just try and find out what's going on first, okay? I know it's difficult, I know. Just try and stay as calm as possible for the time being.
Sure.
Alright, I'm Ryan. What's your name? David. Alright. Okay.
He was arrested on suspicion of murder the following day. David initially maintained that he did not beat his wife to death, but he eventually confessed after the weight of the evidence. The trial uncovered that things were not as they seemed in the Pomfret family. Anne-Marie had cancer and also had recently been diagnosed with autism. She often had fits of anger which David and their daughter, Megan, would be at the end of. Megan described her father as the calmest man on the planet, and Anne-Marie's own mother said he deserved a medal for putting up with Marie. On that fateful night, Pomfret says his wife began hurling abuse at him and his daughter. Anne-Marie allegedly threatened to have Megan taken away, saying that her father was a lousy parent letting her go out on a Saturday night for sex. According to the accused, his wife then described him as limp and useless, a comment referencing erectile dysfunction problems he had been suffering from high blood pressure. She slapped him and told him to leave. Pomfret admitted to not knowing what happened next, but doctors could not accurately determine how many blows to the head she had had because there were so many. Pomfret's barrister said, "A quiet man finally snapped, after years of abuse." However, the judge, David Aubrey, sentenced him to life imprisonment with a minimum of 20 years for the murder. Judge Aubrey described the 999 call as a charade, designed to show him as the shocked and distraught husband. Pomfret will be in his early 70s before he is eligible for parole. When 28-year-old Matthew Phelps called 911 in September 2017, he was calm while explaining that he thought he might have stabbed his wife to death. Phelps told the operator he had woken up from a cough syrup-induced nightmare and found 29-year-old Lauren Ashley Nicole Phelps stabbed to death while he was covered in blood.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Patuxent Drive.
Okay, just repeat that address to make sure we have it right.
Patuxent Drive, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, and what is your first and last name? Phone number you calling from?
Phone number?
Yes, sir. Tell me exactly what happened.
I think I killed my...
What do you mean by that? What happened?
I had a dream, and then I turn on the lights and she's dead on the floor.
How?
I have blood all over me, and there's a bloody knife on the bed, and I think I did it.
Okay. Alright, stay on the phone with me. I'm getting her ambulance, okay?
I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
When did you wake up to find this?
I don't even know what time it is.
Alright, stay on the phone with me, sir. I just gotta ask you a few questions, okay? I'm getting some help to you. Are you with the patient now?
Yeah, I can see her.
Okay. Alright, how old is the patient? How old is your...
She's 29.
Okay. Is she awake at all right now? What makes you think she's dead? Is she awake?
She's not breathing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, do you think she is beyond any help?
I don't know. I'm too scared to get too close to her.
Okay, just stay on the phone with me, sir. I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
I'm so scared.
All right, I've already sent the paramedics to help you, okay? I'm sending someone to assist you. Just please leave everything as you found it. Is there anything else we can do for you, sir? Where's the knife right now?
The knife's on the bed. I'm not next to it, so I don't have a weapon on me or anything like that.
Okay. When did you wake up?
I don't know. I took more medicine than I should have.
What medicine did you take?
I took horse eating, cough and cold course, she basically keep off his food because I know it can make you feel good. So a lot of times I can't sleep at night.
Okay.
So,
All right, so what is it? What are you sure she's not breathing?
She's not moving. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here with you. Okay, let's at least see if she's breathing. Okay.
All right. By her.
Can you see her from where you're at?
Yeah, it's so bad. There's so much blood.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stay here on the phone with you until help gets there. Okay. Just don't touch anything. Just look at is she breathing at all? Is her chest moving? Is anything going on with her?
No.
Okay. Well, we're gonna at least.
The blood is dried on me.
It's dried.
The blood's not wet on me. The blood is dry. So I don't know. I don't know what. Oh my God.
All right. Well, we're gonna at least try to help her. Okay. All right. Just give me this. All right. I've already sent the paramedics to help you. Just stand on. I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do next. Okay. Are you right by her?
Oh my God. I mean, I can see her, but oh my God.
Stay with me, sir. I know this is upsetting, but we're going to try to do as much for her as you can. If you're not sure that she's gone, we're going to try to help her, okay? So just listen carefully. Just listen, okay, sir? First, just look at her right now. Tell me what you see. Is the chest moving? Is she breathing? Anything at all?
No, she's not moving at all. Oh my God. No, he didn't deserve this. Why?
I understand, sir. I understand, but right now we just want to make sure we're doing as much as possible. Is there anyone else at all in the home with you, or is it just you and her?
No, it's just me and her.
Where are you in the house? Where are you in the house, sir?
At the back of the house. There's a light on it.
Okay, well. All right, is the door unlocked?
I don't know.
Can you go do that for me, sir? That way the paramedics can get in. Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and stay on the phone with me. Go ahead and unlock the door, okay?
That's so blue light.
What'd you say, sir? Go ahead and unlock the door. Let me know when you've done that, okay? Let me know when the door's unlocked. Okay. Oh, you said officers are there?
No.
I'm gonna let you go. The call came in around 1 a.m. on the 1st of September from their North Carolina home. When the responding officers arrived, the 28-year-old was booked for second-degree murder while his wife was transported to a hospital, where she was pronounced dead on arrival. The murder initially seemed like an accident, but as investigators dug deeper into the newlyweds, cracks started to show in their marriage. Lauren and Matthew, known as Matt, met in middle school while they were both living in Kentucky. Lauren and her family later moved to North Carolina. They didn't have any contact for years until Matthew sent Lauren a message on Instagram and liked all of her posts. Eventually, their conversations moved to texts, then phone calls, until Matthew decided to move to North Carolina as well. When the pair started dating, Lauren's family accepted him with her mom, Lori, treating him as her own son. However, her dad, Dale, had his reservations about the man because of how quickly their relationship had moved forward. Matt's family was the opposite. His grandparents had raised him, his dad was not in the picture, and his mom had had multiple failed marriages. He had only gotten along with one of the men, with who he bonded over scary movies. One night, during a family games evening, they were playing 20 questions when Matt told them he had been married before. He refused to give any details about the marriage, which is when Lauren's family started worrying about her, especially her father. The couple got engaged in 2015 and had a big engagement party with friends and family. Matt's mother made it clear then that she disapproved of their relationship. A year later, they got married, and Lauren's turmoil with Matt's mother grew worse. In the first 6 months of their marriage, they took a road trip to Kentucky to meet up with his family. His mom had planned a photo shoot and told the pair to both wear blue, but all the other women in the family were wearing white when they arrived. A huge blowout about Lauren not listening ended with the photo shoot being canceled, and a miserable week followed. As time went on, things got progressively worse between Lauren and Matt. Her friends and family say he was spending obscene amounts of money, and she was constantly stressed about their finances. He had trouble holding down a job before settling on the idea of studying to be a pastor. At the same time, she worked multiple jobs, including as an auditor for a Fortune 500 company, as a babysitter, and she joined a multi-level marketing company. She created a YouTube channel to promote it. Their financial situation reached such a dire point that Lauren's family became involved, working with them weekly on their budgeting. Sadly, this was only the beginning of the problems the young woman would face in the months leading up to her murder. The night before the incident, on August 31, 2017, Lauren was on a call with her sister when a woman named Valerie came to their house. It's unclear what she said to Matt, but he turned to his wife and said he was going out with the woman. Lauren was enraged by this, telling him not to go, a conversation her sister could hear while they were on the phone. Later that evening, after she had been waiting for her husband to come back for hours, he texted her to say he was having too much fun with this woman and she must have dinner without him. She then texted her sister saying, "It's over, I'm done with him. He's ruining my life, he's bringing me down, he's ruining my life and I'm over it." On the same night, he had been looking up details on the cough syrup and whether or not it would alter his state. Lauren's sister said this wasn't their first altercation over jealousy. Matt had been suspicious of a church friend of theirs called David. He also claimed that his ex-wife had cheated on him then suddenly left him, claims she later denied in a documentary on the murder called Relatively Evil, Living Lies. The news of Lauren's murder initially didn't shock her family. In an interview with ABC, her mom spoke about the night they found out. During the investigation into the night of Lauren's murder, officials say they had found it strange that Matt was so calm when they had arrived at the house. He also had barely any blood on him, despite the autopsy revealing his wife had 123 stab wounds. Blood traces were also found all over the apartment. Additionally, he was completely coherent when they arrived at the house, contrary to his statement about having taken too much cough syrup. Blood tests revealed that Matt didn't have enough of the medicine in his system to make him act out, as he had claimed. In fact, the pharmaceutical company defended the medication, saying they had seen no acts of violence or aggression. Yet, the evidence against the accused didn't stop there. Investigators found a secret Instagram account with the handle Marty_Radical, where Matt had obsessively posted about the main character of the movie, American Psycho. His most alarming post came the night before the murder, where the caption read, "Everyone thinks I'm a serial killer. #found an angel to kill." Matt had told a friend he wondered what it would be like to kill someone. His abuse towards his ex-wife was laid out as evidence of his violence. Just over a year after the murder, the trial came to a close when he accepted a plea deal for first-degree murder and a life sentence in prison without the possibility of parole. Lauren's family was at the sentencing, along with the members of her church, all dressed in blue with purple ribbons, branded with their new organization, Lauren's Light, to raise awareness for domestic violence. After his sentencing, Matt apologized to Lauren's family, but they say they will never forgive him. During a call to 911 in April 2019, a man says he has found his wife, mother, father, and aunt killed in a Westchester apartment. The caller is so frantic that the dispatcher can barely make out what he's trying to say.
911, where's your emergency?
Hello,
911.
Yes, son.
Where are you at?
Where
are you at? Do you have an address?
Yes, 4562 Winthrop Drive.
Is there an apartment?
Yes, ma'am. 154, please, ma'am.
154?
Yes, my wife.
What's going on?
My wife wanted it on.
I'm sorry for what? What's going on?
My mom.
You say your wife?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I can't understand you. What's going on? I will send help, but I need to know what's going on. Can you say it again?
Yes, ma'am. My wife, my family,
Your wife and your family are doing what?
They're on the ground. They're on the ground and bleeding.
Your wife? How many people are down?
My wife, my mom, my dad.
Who?
My wife, my dad, my mom, and my aunt.
They're all down?
Yes, please.
What? Okay, what happened? What happened? Do you know what happened?
Ma'am, hello, please, ma'am.
Can you tell me how? Sir.
No one's talking.
Sir, how many people are down? How many people are down?
Four.
You say they're bleeding?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Have they been shot? Have they been stabbed?
I don't know. I don't believe they're bleeding so bad.
Okay, but does it look like they're bleeding from like a gunshot? Did somebody come in and shoot them? Why are they bleeding?
They're bleeding, ma'am.
Why are they bleeding?
I don't know what it looks like. No, they're all gone. Yes, they're all gone. Ma'am, please send somebody. I don't know anybody.
I'm sending you help, sir. I'm sending you help, but if you can give me some more information, it'll be helpful to the people that are coming to help you. Does it look like they've been hurt by somebody? Hello, sir, are you there?
Hey, sir.
Yeah, I'm sending help, but I need to know what's going on. Why are they all bleeding?
They're all bleeding in the head, ma'am.
Why?
I don't know.
Does it look like they've been shot? You said they're bleeding from the head?
Yeah.
Okay, are any of them breathing?
I don't know.
Okay. Can you go check to see if they're breathing?
No. I can't.
You say you killed them?
No, what are you talking about?
Sir, did you do something to them?
No, I just got home.
Okay.
Please send them, man. Please send them to drink of water.
Okay, I've got help on the way, but I want you to stay on the line. Okay.
Please hurry.
Sir, can you come out front? My officers are pulling up. Come out front. Go out front and meet the officer. Do you have any weapons?
No.
You don't have any weapons in your hands?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, go out and meet my officer. They're out front. Honey, go meet my officer out front, please, okay? Walk out the front door and meet with my officer, okay?
Okay.
Walk to the door. Tell me when you're with the officer.
Okay.
All 4 family members were dead when officials arrived. They had been killed while cooking dinner. On the night of the murders, the caller, Gurpreet Singh, was handcuffed outside the scene and again at the police department after a witness found him bloody in the apartment building's stairwell. A body cam video that has not been released to the public shows a policeman asking the man what happened. Singh was lying on his stomach in the stairwell when he answered, "I don't know, everybody's bleeding." He was wearing a red shirt, jeans, and socks with blood visible on his hands, shirt, pants, and socks. He cried for the officers to please help them. When an officer asked why the man was so bloody, he didn't respond. Although he was taken for questioning, Singh was not charged for the murders. Months passed before police arrested him again, the moment captured in this body cam footage. The accused was reportedly attending a wedding in Connecticut at the time of the arrest. The 38-year-old was charged with 4 counts of aggravated murder for the April 28, 2019 homicides of killing his wife, 39-year-old Shalinderjeet Kaur, his in-laws, 59-year-old Hakikat Singh Panag, and 62-year-old Parmjit Kaur, and his aunt by marriage, 58-year-old Amarjit Kaur. At their residence on Windtree Drive, all died of gunshot wounds. With specifications of using a firearm and killing 2 or more persons, he faces the death penalty if convicted. In his first court appearance, the man was standing handcuffed and looking ahead with wide eyes before staggering backward. Singh then fainted and fell to the ground and needed the assistance of 2 officers to help him back onto his feet, who then put him into a chair. He passed out shortly after hearing the charges read to him by a judge who denied him bond. As a result of the pandemic, the case was postponed and delayed multiple times and will now take place in October this year. What happened on the night of the brutal murders remains a mystery. This True 911 call was made in October 2011, and the case is still ongoing, 10 years later. 33-year-old ex-pastor Philip Grandine came home after a run to find his pregnant wife, 29-year-old Anna, known as Carissa Grandine, drowned in the bathtub.
Toronto Ambulance, where do you need us?
12 Marsh Road.
Sorry, 12 Marsh Road?
12 Marsh Road.
And what is the closest major intersection?
It's Birchmount and St. Clair or Birchmount and Danforth Road.
Okay, and is this a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
What's the telephone number you're calling from?
647-827-9258.
Okay, so tell me exactly what's happened.
I just came home and I was out running and my wife was taking a bath, and when I came home, she's in the bath, but she's under the water and she's not breathing.
Okay, sir, did you remove the water from the bathtub?
No, I haven't.
Okay, take the moment to do that now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, how old is she, sir?
She's 29.
She's 29? Okay, is she breathing at all?
No, I don't think so.
Are you able to get her out of the bathtub?
I probably can.
Okay, Ray, this is going to be an echo here.
Do you want me to do that now?
Yes, I want you to do that now. Get her out, put her on the floor, flat on her back, okay?
I know how to do CPR.
Okay, well, I'm going to guide you through that. Do that right now. Get her out, put her flat on her back. Let me know when it's done.
All right. Carissa, come on. Oh, God. She's 5 months pregnant. Oh, I can't do it. Lord. Oh, Lord God. Your strength.
Get you a better grip, okay? Can you try wrapping a towel around her arm? Might give you a little bit better grip to get her out.
Okay.
side, okay?
Damn it. Lord.
You're doing good, okay? Keep going. Let me know when you've done that, okay?
I can't get her out. It's too much.
You can't get her out of the tub? Okay, we have plenty of help coming, okay? What's your name?
What's my name?
Yes, what's your name?
Philip.
Philip?
Yeah.
Okay, Philip, we have plenty of help coming. We have police, fire, and ambulance driving there as fast as we can, okay?
I can't get her out. No.
Okay, Philip, we're coming, okay? Philip, do you think that you can try and do CPR on her while she's can you lay her flat on her back? Well, in the tub?
Yeah, she's on her back now.
Okay, is there any way you can try and get her more onto her left side since she is pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay, use the tub to try and prop her up on her left side, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Come here. Okay, she's on her left side.
Okay, now, can you see anything in her mouth?
No.
Okay, I want you to place I want you to, you don't see anything in her mouth?
No.
Okay, I want you to try and tilt her head back, open up her airway.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to start to do compressions, okay?
Come on, woman. Okay, compressions.
Okay, so I want you to place the heel of your hand on the breastbone, right in the center of her chest.
Yeah, 30, right?
Right between the nipples. Place your other hand on top of that hand.
Yeah.
I want you to press down firmly 2 inches with the heel of your lower hand touching her chest.
Okay.
Listen carefully. You need to pump the chest fast and hard at least twice per second, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do this 600 times or until help can take over. Let the chest come all the way up between pumps and count out loud so I can count with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Keep going, okay?
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
2, 3, 4. Keep going.
3.
We have plenty of help coming.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Keep going, Philip. Keep going. You're doing excellent. I'm right here with you.
4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Keep going.
2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, breathe. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're doing excellent. Keep going. They're almost there, okay? 2, 3, 4. I don't want you to stop until help is right there with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
The door is open.
Just yell for them to come in.
Come in! 3, 4.
1.
Open the door!
Is it unlocked?
It is.
Okay.
Maybe it's not. I might have locked it.
Okay, well, go check and see, okay?
out the door.
Okay, they're going to help you now. Okay, Philip, you did an excellent job.
Okay.
Okay, so you can hang up with me now. They will help you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
What seemed like a tragic accident soon turned into two drawn-out, dramatic murder trials. In the months leading up to Carissa Grandine's October 2011 death, their marriage was on the rocks. Her husband, Philip, had stepped down as pastor of his church after having an affair with a churchgoer, who was also friends with the victim. On top of this, the ex-pastor had a pornography addiction. At the time, another pastor said he would give them marriage counseling if Grandine agreed to stop the affair and give up the pornography. They both agreed to this, but soon after, the cheating continued along with his porn habits. 3 days before Carissa was killed, she went to the hospital while struggling with dizziness, fatigue, and other symptoms. Her sister said the victim had asked her husband if he had given her a pill, but he denied it. Toxicology reports showed the 29-year-old had lorazepam, commonly known as Ativan, in her system, which also showed up during her earlier hospital visit. The woman's doctor confirmed that she had not been prescribed the drug. However, her husband worked as a nurse at a retirement home, where he possibly took lorazepam from his patients to spike his wife's smoothie so he could indulge in the vices of porn and adultery. On the day Carissa drowned, when paramedics arrived at the scene, she was allegedly still in the tub and the water had not been drained. Grandine attended the wife's funeral and went on with his affair after her death until he was arrested for first-degree murder in May the following year. In the early stages of the investigation, a homicide squad detective said there wasn't a single piece of the evidence that led to the arrest. Rather, it was a culmination of several pieces of evidence. Despite the severity of the charges, Grandine was given bail and lived under house arrest at his parents' house for 2.5 years before his first trial in 2014. Throughout this trial, the killer maintained his wife had either killed herself or accidentally drowned. But the amount of evidence piling up against his version of events was alarming. Grandine had researched the fatal dosage of the drug and tested it on himself before drugging his wife. Her hospital visit days earlier was viewed as a possible dry run in his plot to kill her. The court heard that Carissa had installed a filter on their home computer to stop her husband from watching pornography, and it was uninstalled less than an hour before the 911 call. The ex-pastor's former lover, Elaine Florentino's testimony didn't help in painting Grandine as an innocent husband. She told the court that their relationship began when Florentino confided in him about her personal problems. Carissa was aware of the affair and had sent the 36-year-old a Facebook message to tell her that she knew about it. Florentino claimed that although the ex-pastor constantly joked about running away together, he never spoke of harming his wife. In the most chilling part of the woman's testimony, she told the court that when Grandine left a police station hours after Carissa's death, he had sex with his mistress. The police interview lasted about 2 hours, starting from 2:30 a.m. He had also been on the phone with Florentino for 30 minutes before discovering his wife's body in the tub. The affair didn't stop there. The mistress even went to the victim's funeral. The pair continued to meet up multiple times a week in the months after. In January 2012, Grandine said he no longer wanted to see her, but he came back once more in February. At the end of her testimony, Florentino said, "He's still my friend." After 2 days of deliberation, the ex-pastor was found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years in prison. The conviction was overturned on appeal when the court found the trial judge made an error when answering a question from the jury and ordered a new trial on the manslaughter charge. That meant prosecutors could no longer argue that Grandine meant to kill his wife. In 2019, he was again found guilty of manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years in prison. With the time spent in custody before the trial and the strict bail, he faces nearly 12 years in prison. Shockingly, the former pastor immediately challenged the conviction a second time. At the sentencing, the victim's mother, Sharito Maria Darvin, said her word had crumbled when she heard about the drowning, adding, "This lawlessness was done first of all against God, against Carissa, their unborn baby, and the rest of society. There must be a just punishment for this heinous act, as my daughter cries out for justice from her grave." Carissa's father, who lives in the Philippines, said he too had been irreversibly changed by his daughter's death. In his victim impact statement, he told the court, I was so grieved and heartbroken on the way there that I became so dizzy and almost passed out. He was hospitalized but insisted he was released to attend his daughter's funeral. Later, he learned that he had suffered from 2 strokes on the long journey. In January 2020, Philip Grandin was granted bail pending his appeal to the conviction. He will remain a free man until the 3rd trial commences. Family friend Cliff McDowell spoke outside the courthouse. In 2021, the victim's family is left feeling hopeless and frustrated 10 years later. In February 2015, Billy Boylan called 911 and told the operator that he had been shot during a confrontation and then escaped his burning house. He was then charged with 3 felonies for making false reports.
Terry Avenue, my house is burning down.
Okay. Your house is burning down?
My dog's in there been shot.
You were shot?
Yes.
Okay. Is the person that shot you still there?
No.
No? Who was it?
I don't know. I just woke up. I heard a noise. I came downstairs.
Okay, so somebody shot you and your house is on fire?
Yes.
Okay, hold on 1 second, okay?
I can't hold on. My dog's in there.
Okay, what is your name?
Billy.
I'm sorry, sir. What is your name?
I can't do it, Billy.
Sir, where were you shot?
In my arm.
Your arm?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what the guy looked like?
He's wearing all black. I don't know. It was dark.
All black? You know if he was in a vehicle?
No, I didn't see. I just ran out.
You didn't see a vehicle?
No, he hit me.
Okay. Do you know what kind of gun he had?
No. My dogs are gonna die.
Okay. And what? So how did it go down? Did he shoot you and then light your house on fire, or what?
I don't know. I was knocked out. I got up.
Okay.
I was running upstairs and he shot me.
Okay.
And now my house is burning down.
Okay. So when you woke up, then you went upstairs and he shot you?
I went downstairs. I heard a noise. Oh my God. Did I do this later? Oh my God.
Okay. Are you out of the house, sir?
Yes. I don't have any shoes or anything on. I'm freezing.
Nope. Okay. What is your first name, sir?
Billy.
Billy, what's your last name, Billy?
Boylan. Oh my God. I can't. Hey, where is he? I don't know. Or what? He ran back. They're like dogs. They're dogs. I don't know.
Sorry?
They're dogs. The dogs are burning up in there.
Multiple police units from 5 departments arrived at the burning home on 3rd Avenue in Lake Odessa in the early hours of the morning to find that the home was indeed on fire, and Boylan was lying on the pavement outside. Boylan had suffered a gunshot wound to the forearm, and the damage warranted hospital admittance, but his story simply did not add up, according to police. The intruder that the 29-year-old had described breaking into his home allegedly fled on foot, but after a lengthy search, police could not find any evidence of a suspect. Suspicion of Boylan's story grew when he stopped cooperating with authorities. His initial story was that he had run upstairs to escape the intruder, which later changed to him running downstairs to escape. 2 dogs were found dead in the home, and detectives also found that an accelerant had been used as well as a gas can which reportedly could have caused substantial damage to the home. Boylan underwent medical care and was later charged with filing a false report on the arson, home invasion, and assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. Boylan's name was not made public by police, but by those who released the 911 audio. There are no available photographs of him. In May 2018,
Pitesh Mittal lied about strangling his wife to death in their Teesside home, blaming it on a burglar attack. But the truth was that killing his wife was not his only secret.
Police emergency.
Oh, hiya. I think we've been burgled and my wife's been attacked.
Where about? What's the address?
We're on number 35, the Avenue in Middlesbrough, Linthorpe.
Right, is that where your wife is now?
Yeah, well, I've just come home. I was just out. I went to get something to eat and see the lads at work and get my laptop. And I've
Yeah.
come home and the house is ransacked. And she's just on the floor. She's got duct tape all over her and she's like unconscious.
Right.
I'm trying to take this tape off her.
Can she breathe?
Well, no, because she's...
Take the duct tape off her then.
Please, can you send someone quick?
Yeah, I am. Can I take your name, please?
My name's Mitesh.
Okay.
I can't get it off her.
Give me an ambulance, mate. Yeah.
My battery's really low as well, so if I die...
I'm going to get someone straight out, okay?
How long will it be?
I'm going to get them travelling on blue lights and we're going to get an ambulance straight out as well.
Okay.
Okay. You said is your wife breathing? Can you feel a pulse?
I can't feel anything. My hands are really cold.
How long have you been out of the house?
About an hour.
What's your wife called, please?
Jessica.
What's the date of birth?
16/9/83.
Just try and stay calm. Is it Mitesh I'm speaking to?
Yeah, it is.
Listen, we've got police travelling down now. Okay? We've got police travelling down now. Okay?
Can you ring my dad, please?
What, sorry?
Can you ring my dad?
Do you want to ring him?
Well, or should I wait for the... I don't know what to do.
Listen, we've got officers on the way to you now. We've got a few units heading towards, okay? Okay, listen, Mitesh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hang up the call. We've got lots of units heading towards, okay? Ring your dad up.
Yeah.
Just stay with your wife. Are there any other people in the house? Have you got any children in the house?
No, we don't have any children.
Right, okay.
Well, we live on our own with the pharmacist at Roman Road.
Right.
My parents live in Halifax.
Right.
Right, I've got the duct tape off her. It was on her legs, right, by her ankles, and on her arms, tied, like she'd been tied up. But her hands are really cold.
Are there any marks on her at all?
Well, I can see marks on her neck, like a really dark neck.
She's been tied up by her hands,
Yeah.
and also tape around her legs,
Yeah.
and marks around her neck.
Yeah. She's got like blood on her nose and like stuff dripping out onto the floor.
Right. What position is she lying in at the moment?
She's in the recovery position.
Okay, cover that. Okay. And she's non-responsive.
No, Jazz, come on, baby, wake up.
We've got Mitesh. Listen to me, please. We've got an ambulance coming. They're travelling on blue lights as well. Okay. And we've got.
Will you ring my dad, please?
There's nobody on scene, is there, Mitesh?
No, there's nobody here.
Nobody. Okay. What room are you? Okay, listen. The police are outside. Can you let the police officers in?
It's Jessica.
I'll leave her with you, okay, Mitesh? I'll leave you with the police officers. Okay.
Jessica and Mitesh Patel played together as children and met again when studying at De Montfort University in Leicester. Mitesh was Jessica's first boyfriend, and they met in secret at first. They got married in 2009 and began trying for children in 2015. According to the victim's sister, Minal, her sister had confided that he had displayed strange behavior with his cell phone, often taking it to the bathroom with him and keeping it close to him at all times. Minal and other family members, friends, and colleagues also reported various incidents that, when pieced together, had been signs of abuse. Incidents included Patel not allowing his wife to return home to her family to visit her dying grandfather. They were moving far from Halifax to Middleborough to lessen the time she spent with her family. Patel was constantly reprimanding and belittling his wife in front of both colleagues and customers at the Roman Road Pharmacy. They ran together, and Patel throwing a phone at her, injuring her leg. Patel allegedly sought help from a doctor for anxiety, but there was no concrete evidence that the doctor had asked her about domestic abuse at home. After killing his wife, 34-year-old Jessica Patel, her husband had ransacked the Middleborough home, making it look as if there had been an intrusion. Investigations also showed that he had made calls to employees who worked at the pharmacy that he and Jessica ran together in an attempt to create an alibi. He even called in an order at Romano's Pizza. Fawad Jawad, an employee at Romano's Pizza, had reported that he would never have suspected such a gruesome act and that the killer had seemed perfectly normal, even asking about the well-being of one of the delivery drivers. Patel had reportedly been using the app Grindr to have multiple affairs with men. After finding out the truth that her husband was gay, Jessica had found out earlier that day. Still, she stayed with him, and the two had even agreed to continue going for fertility treatment to try to start a family together. Unbeknown to her, Patel had been taking drugs to stifle his sperm count. Patel did not want a child with Jessica because the truth was that he was planning to run away to Australia with his boyfriend, whom he had met on the app. Police had found evidence of premeditated murder and his plans to run away with his lover on Patel's laptop, where he had researched a range of topics such as Hindu funeral, strangulation, selling a business, moving to Australia, and even searching "I need to kill my wife." Messages were also sent to his secret lover saying that her days are marked, and "What are your thoughts if she goes earlier than you think?" Evidence also showed that he planned to fund his new life with his wife's €2 million life insurance. Forensic psychologist Dr. Michelle Carr has described the killer's actions as pathologic and narcissistic. A 2-week trial held at Teesside Crown Court took place where Patel insisted that his story was true, later described as ridiculous. An investigation had determined that the victim had been injected with insulin and then tied up with duct tape and strangled to death, and a Tesco shopping bag had been used to suffocate her. The 37-year-old Mitesh Patel was sentenced to 30 years in prison for the murder of his wife. Jessica Patel had been described as kind, loving, sensitive, and a beautiful person from the inside out. According to those close to her, she had simple dreams, wanting to fall in love, have a family, and live happily ever after.
Although neighbor disputes are fairly common, they do not often escalate to this point.
Cyber County 911, where's your emergency?
You might send an ambulance.
Oh, an ambulance. Okay, is he right now?
He's laying in his yard over here.
How old is
where I live. We've had trouble before.
Okay, and is he? And where are you right now?
I'm in the house, my house.
Where's the gun?
Huh?
Where is your gun?
Laying upside. On the porch.
Okay, so we don't know if he's breathing or anything?
Nope, don't know.
Okay, are you going to stay in your house?
Yeah, I'll be out here on the porch.
Okay, is anybody out with him?
Nope.
Do you know the male's name?
His first name's Dana. I don't know his last name.
Okay.
He made threats here a couple of weeks ago, and I had to call out on him. He come over here doing it again right just a few minutes ago.
What happened?
He says my dogs was barking. And they did yap a little bit as the dog walked up the street, but he's drunk or something. His face was blood red, and he's just cussing, calling me names, and threatening me and every damn time.
Okay.
Calling me names, threatening me.
Okay, and what is your name, sir? Okay, and you're on the porch, and your gun is on the porch with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to leave the gun alone. Did you unload it?
I think I did.
Okay, all right. Where are you putting the gun?
I'll put it back in the house.
Okay.
Probably outside.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to call my wife and tell her what's happening. She's...
Okay, I need to know, where you're going to put the gun in the home.
I put the gun in the living room on top of the cabinet.
Okay. And you're calling... Okay, do you know his house, where he is?
Yeah, it's next door here.
Just next door?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to probably have to keep you on the line, though, until we can get more.
I got to hang up and call my wife. I'll be right here on the porch.
He has hung up on me.
66-year-old Paul Miller and his wife had been having ongoing issues with their neighbor, 52-year-old Dana Mulhall, over their dog's barking. According to the Millers, he threatened the couple and their pet. That day, the neighbors argued and Mulhall returned to his house. Meanwhile, Paul Miller had retrieved a 9mm gun, sat on his porch, and waited for the man to reappear. He did not call the police. Minutes later, the argument resumed. Miller walked down from the porch to confront Mulhall at the fence, which Mulhall, who had been drinking, shook but never crossed. Miller had the gun in his hand, clearly visible to Mulhall, who did not initially recoil since he was on his own property. According to the shooter, the 52-year-old had put his right hand towards his bag as if to retrieve a gun, which is when Miller started firing methodically 5 times. 2 of the shots were as Mulhall was crawling away. The victim was found with multiple gunshot wounds and pronounced dead at the scene. Miller was subsequently arrested and charged with first-degree murder. During the trial, the 66-year-old did not deny the shooting but claimed he had done so in self-defense. However, the prosecution argued that Miller had shot the man 5 times, including once in the back as Mulhall tried to flee, contradicting the claim of self-defense. Additionally, witnesses described 5 shots that were fired slow in a methodical manner and evenly spaced. Mulhall was left-handed, contradicting Miller's statement of him retrieving a gun from the right side. He was also unarmed. Ultimately, the jury rejected the self-defense claim and convicted Paul Miller of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. 6 years later, the killer attempted to challenge his conviction, claiming he was ineffectively represented at trial 6 years ago. Paul Miller lost the appeal on April 6, 2018. On March 7, 2017, 32-year-old Dwight Luthen called 911 and, in a slurred and stammering voice, told the Florida emergency operator that his 31-year-old wife, Ashley Ballius, had an accident.
911, what is your emergency?
Hi, I need an ambulance immediately.
All right, well, let me get the medicine online for you, sir. 1 moment.
Thank you.
Sorry, rescue. What's the location of your emergency? Sorry, rescue. West Palmer Trans. What? He's on the phone with customer medic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And how may I help you, sir?
My wife, there was an accident. She's in there.
Okay, what happened?
We just went to the store.
Tell me what happened with the accident.
Please, I need an ambulance right now.
I understand, but I need to know what to send.
I'm sick. I can't.
What happened to her?
Oh, she's injured. She's got a gunshot wound.
Okay. PD, are you responding?
Thank you.
No, I'm
Thank
showing
you,
that
sir.
Riviera. Hold on. Hello,
Please,
sir?
come,
Sir, how color for you? Sir, I have a...
When police arrived, Luton was standing in his Riviera Beach driveway, propping up his wife, who was hanging from the driver's seat of a blue SUV and bleeding profusely. He told officers his wife had accidentally shot herself while trying to remove a gun from her purse. Ballius, who had been shot in the right ear, died hours later at a nearby hospital. Luton was arrested after police, armed with a search warrant, viewed security camera footage on the couple's home computer. Several cameras mounted at the front of the house showed Luton reaching inside the vehicle with a handgun and appearing to fire a shot. He then wiped down the dashboard area and flung several small items, believed to be brain matter, out of the SUV. Luton wiped himself down, then made a call on a cell phone while his wife was slumped behind the wheel. The surveillance video also shows him walking into the house carrying a silver handgun by a pinky finger. About a minute later, he returns talking on the cell, removes his t-shirt, and appears to be rendering aid to his wife as officers arrive. The couple, who had been married less than a year, operated a firearms business. Luton was arrested the year prior to the shooting after Ballius reported he hit her in the face, but charges were dropped after she declined to pursue the case. Following the March shooting, Luton was charged with first-degree murder and tampering or fabricating evidence. He was held without bail and had not entered a plea. In 2019, he pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of second-degree murder and was sentenced to 40 years in prison. Ashley Ballius' family returned to court to give their statements. The victim's twin, Amanda Smith, said in the 20 years she had known Luton, her sister's violent death was not the first time he hurt her. She was sure he did love her sister in some way, but his love does not trump his violence. Smith told the court that although the plea wouldn't bring her sister back, she hoped it would help others in domestic violence situations. Luton briefly apologized to the family, saying he was terribly sorry. In 2018, Ballius' parents filed a wrongful death suit against Luton. The case is still open, according to court records. For more True 911 calls, watch this episode next.